What's up guys? So today I'm going to explain some of the basics of piece control to you guys, such as right hand peeks, counter peeking, and claiming territory. I will also be showing some demonstrations of each topic explained in this video. But before we get into this, I just want to ask you guys to drop a like on the video. It really means a lot, as well as drop a sub if this video ended up helping you guys, and follow all my socials are linked down in the description. But without further ado, let's get into this video. Now the first thing I want to discuss with you guys is going to be the right hand peek. Now if you are not familiar with the right hand peek, which I'm pretty sure most of you are, but just in case, right hand peeks are pretty self-explanatory by the name. It's basically just seeing your opponent through a right side view, and what I mean by that is in Fortnite, when you aim in or hip fire, your gun is aimed through the character's right shoulder, which makes the right side edits or right hand peeks more dominant than the left. So obviously if you make a window edit and the opponent is on, like if you make a left side window edit and you're on the right side, you're gonna not be able to see the opponent as much as they will be able to see you, because you'll have a left hand peek, which is not where your character is more dominant. You always want to make sure you main the right hand peek when you are editing a wall or a stair, anything like that. Now that you know the basic concept of right hand peeks, I will be showing you guys a demonstration of the right hand peek with a little bit more of explaining and of how important the right hand peek really is. Now, just a reminder, or just a disclaimer, the demonstration, I did live commentary and I talked a little fast in it, so if you can't understand it, I apologize, but just try to understand it to the best of your ability. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to be showing you guys is an offensive right hand peek. So let's say you're about to push somebody, you shoot them once over your AR, and they box up just like that instantly, right? So what you want to do is you want to run up to them like this, create your box, and you want to snatch their wall, right? As soon as you snatch the wall, your opponent's going to be pushed up against the wall just like that. So let's say, so as you can see where my opponent is right now, he is currently in the middle of the box. So you can either do a peanut butter edge just like this and jump up and then tap him, or you can edit you can move to the left like this, edit a middle window just like that, tag him, and then see how he didn't die right there, you always reset the wall. If you want another easy right hand peek, edit a peanut butter, jump up and kill him just like that. So that's just another offensive peek. So obviously, you know, depending on where your opponent's positioned, let's say your opponent is positioned on this side of the box like this, and you edit a window, he has right hand peek on you just like that. So you don't want to do that. If they're on that side, you want to edit this window where they're most visible and you have right hand peek. So let's see that from their point of view, they would be like this. So they would obviously have a little bit of right hand peek on you, but you would have more right hand peek because you'll be like more to this side, just like that. So that's kind of a bit of like a trade-off kind of right hand peek, but that's all up to you and what you want to do. Depending on how your opponent's positioned, you can always, you know, switch up the way you edit the wall. So the second thing I want to discuss to you guys is going to be counter peeking. So for the people who don't know what counter peeking is, it's a defensive tactic, and it's basically creating space from your opponent by tunneling away when your box is being pushed. So let's say your box is being pushed and you need to create space from them, you would turn around, put a stair or edit a cone just to cover you from your opponent after they break the wall, and you would make another box running out the opposite way. So depending, let's say your opponent is pushing the front of your box, you would turn around, cover yourself with a stair or cone, and you would create another box behind it going the opposite way, which would eventually throw off your opponent if you continue to do it, because you know it might take a few tries for them to actually get thrown off. But you can always run through back to your old builds and then edit the wall and get a peek on them from behind where they will not expect it. So that's basically the whole point of counter peeking. It's just being able to turn around, make more boxes, confuse your opponent on where you are, and then just get an easy tag on them from behind or on the side or on top, depending on wherever you are and where your opponent is positioned. So I will now be showing you guys a quick demonstration with a bit more explaining of what counter peeking is and what it looks like. Alright, so now I'm going to demonstrate counter peeking to you guys. So let's say you're boxed up like this and someone has to push your wall. You want to put a stair to cover yourself. You want to edit out, make another box, and as you can see, they're going to think you're still in that same box. So when they break that wall, you're going to edit this, pump them. If they don't die, you can just go around, box them, kill them again. So like I said, counter peeking is basically just tunneling away from your opponent and creating space, so you guys can obviously, you know, you can obviously get that right hand peek from another box that they don't know you're in, or you can just psych out your opponent in another way, other than just like, you know, having them push your box, you edit a window and shoot them, because most people are going to be expecting that. But let's say you make another box while they're pushing that one box, they won't be focused on you switching boxes because it's very unexpected. They won't expect you to create such space like that. Or let's say even another way of counter peeking is like, let's say when they break this stair, you can edit this stair like that. Like when you make the box turn around, edit the stair, and then just pump them, go around, and just edit box them like that and kill them. So there's multiple ways you can counter peek, but obviously the best way is to just tunnel away from them, Don't waste too much mats, but obviously tunnel away from them, and just make sure you have that easy, right hand peek on them at all times, and then you'll be fine winning the fight. Alright guys, so the final topic we'll be discussing is claiming territory. Now, claiming territory is pretty self-explanatory, just like right hand peeks, and it's basically just claiming all the builds that surround you or your opponent, which would cause them to be trapped within your builds and make it harder for them to create space. This instantly gives you full control of the fight and an easy way to kill your opponent quickly. Having full control of all builds surrounding your opponent causes your opponent to panic most of the time, which will make it easier for you to make a simple outplay such as a pre-box or a right hand peek, or just a full box around your opponent, because everything surrounding them will be yours, so you'll have full control of the fight, giving the upper hand very easily. Now, here's a quick demonstration of what I mean by claiming territory, and it will also have a bit more of explanation to what exactly claiming territory is. Alright guys, so the final thing I'm going to demonstrate to you is going to be claiming territory. Now, what I mean by that is, let's say your opponent is boxed up and you go take their box, take their wall, and you can't get it. So what you want to do is you want to place a wall and then pre-box just like that, and as you can see, everything in this box is mine, and he can't place nothing. So you pump him and you reset, and he'll run back out like this, and you turn around, place a cone just like that. Place a wall, you edit the window, box it off completely, he can't place nothing again, and then you pump and kill him. So obviously, it was a short demonstration, but let's say in other words, like, you're tunneling or whatever, and you have someone else trying to get into your box, like get into like your tunnel behind you, and you have everything. So you could run out just like this, run out, and then box them, and then have everything. Like, I don't know, there's so much different ways that you could, claim territory. Basically, literally piece control alone is obviously, just controlling the pieces. So if you can control everything, you have the upper hand, you have the advantage on them the entire time. So that's basically the whole point of claiming territory. You just have everything, you can control everything, so that when your opponent tries to go out somewhere, they can't, because everything is yours. So they're just basically trapped in your builds, and that's basically what you want to have your opponent in at all times. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for today's tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know if this video ended up helping you guys understand piece control a little bit more. Also, let me know if you would like more tutorials like this in the future. I will try to be more specific with new tips every tutorial I make. But other than that, make sure you guys follow all my socials linked down in the description, and I will talk to you all later.